Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the S11 that's coming out next year and is part of the new phone Samsung is releasing as their annually phones come out, and why it might not be the phone for you. Now, I'm not trying to trash talk the phone that hasn't even come out yet, but I'm just going to go over why most people might want to buy it, and then there's like a small majority that it doesn't pertain to. So, for example, I have the S10 Plus, and basing off all the renders and leaks that we've seen, it's not a big change from the S10 Plus and S10 and Note 10 family. And the reason I'm saying this is the screen looks the same, the punch hole will be as the Note 10 family. So you know what? People might not even like that. People might prefer the punch hole on the S10 Plus, or people might not even want the punch hole in the first place. So there's a lot of like variables that come into play. For example, I think the S10 Plus punch hole looks better than it being in the middle. But some people think that it looks better being in the middle. So then that's why they go for the Note 10. And then if you don't, it's like buying the Note 10 but without the pen. So that's basically what the S11 looks like right now. And they're having like a bunch of upgrades, and I'm not here to talk about all the leaks and rumors. I'm just gonna go over like why most people wouldn't want to buy this. So the S10 family, or the Samsung family, as you've known, the price goes up and up every year, and it's kind of sad, but the S11 will probably be the most expensive Samsung phone out right now, and that's to be expected because of all the new features. But that's just something to keep in mind. If you don't want to break the bank, then you probably don't want to buy the S11. For example, if you have the S8 or lower, or S9 or lower, you could get an S10 Plus closer to Black Friday, and I'll have a video on this talking about the best S10 Plus or S10 family deals that I've seen so far. You might want to just buy the S10 Plus or S10. It's still a really good device. It has everything that you could ask for, and it begs the question of, is the S11 really worth it if you have an S10? And the answer to that, in my opinion, is no. Judging based off of all the leaks that we've seen, it begs the question that when you have the S10 and you compare it to the S11 off of the specs and stuff like that, everything is basically similar. Now, I know this is an incremental upgrade because Samsung does an every 2 year big upgrade, like S8, S10, and then S12 will probably be no punch hole, no cutout under the display, and that's crazy, right? And the S11 to me pertains to more of the people that don't have the S10 and are willing to spend the money for an S11. And even if you don't like the S11 like design, because to be honest with you, it kind of looks weird with the whole 10 times zoom like optical lens that they have going on. And these are all just mock-ups and renders, so don't expect these to be very accurate. So whenever I see rumors, I always take it with a grain of salt, or leaks and stuff like that, until the final product is actually released, or a big leak specifically from Samsung is released and we know that it's for sure the truth. Then that's when I start basing my opinion on whether or not this phone is actually good. And now I'm not saying the S11 isn't good, because it's obviously going to be great. And now they're saying that the big difference in the S10 and S11 is the camera. And as you know, the S8 was good, and the S9 was an upgrade from the camera as well. So they're following a trend here. You have the S10, good camera. S11 is going to upgrade the camera mainly. So the screen's going to stay the same as the Note 10, because that's what they do. And apparently the punch hole is going to be a little bit smaller, but I don't know for sure. And the main reason why people are saying the camera's going to be upgraded is because they say that their newest processor can support 108 megapixel camera. Now that's crazy. Samsung is known for their hardcore, amazing hardware in their phones, and I can atone to that. The Samsung S10 Plus has great hardware, great screen, but it's lacking when it comes to software, especially in the camera department. Now we have Google and iPhone coming out with all these like crazy things. You have the night mode, astrophotography, live HDR, like super good processing of images. But the Samsung line always lacks when it comes to the algorithms they have for the processing of images. And if you see my older video on the Samsung that I did last Tuesday, I talked about this, and I said that in order for the Samsung S11 to be a good camera phone, they have to upgrade their camera software. And now what I mean by this is whenever you take a picture on the S10 or S9, everything comes out soft. It's very soft, and that's mainly because of the noise reduction algorithm that they have in play. If you take pictures of people, it's very noticeable. If you take pictures of nature and like stuff like that, it's not too noticeable. You can't really tell, and it even looks less detailed than the iPhone. And usually it's the other way around. In my opinion, I think sometimes iPhone pictures lack detail that you can always add when you edit, but like the official like first image that you get out of the phone isn't always the greatest. And this applies more to now the Samsung line of phones than it does with iPhones. They've gotten really well with that, and their dynamic range and everything is great. And the S10 Plus does have good dynamic range. It does have good colors. Sometimes people say it's oversaturated, and this may be true. It's not for everyone. Some people like the look of the iPhone, but I'm just saying that in order for the S11 to be good, it has to fix their camera software. It's not so much about the hardware with the Samsung S11. I do not think the S11 needs to be upgraded when it comes to the hardware department as much as the software does when it comes to the camera. Now, I think it's great that they're adding the 10 times zoom and 108 megapixel camera, but in order to take advantage of those crazy features that they're adding, they need to have software that can be able to take advantage of the good hardware. Good software, good hardware. You have to have an even playing field for the both to get the most out of your camera. And that's something I hope that they upgrade. Obviously, we don't know what they're going to do. The S11, all we know is about hardware and how it looks. And we might not even know if that's true or not. But the software so far, we haven't heard anything about. Hopefully they change it. I'm on the One UI 2.0 beta, and I'm hoping later on they upgrade the camera software some way, not just by changing the UI again, but actually fixing the algorithms that they have in play. Now, this might not appear to be a big problem for most people, but I am really into photography, and that's why I'm expressing my opinion on this. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more content like this, please leave a like and subscribe for more content in the future. And let me know what you guys think about the S11 in the comments below. Are you excited for it? If not, what phone are you excited for in 2020? Anyways, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.